Do you ever feel as though you are overspending on items that are not truly necessities? Then you are not alone. My grandma instilled in me as a child the virtues of thrift and resourcefulness. Those lessons have lasted with me and have helped me save a lot of money through the years, even if I didn't always recognize it at the time. I want to share some of her greatest traditional advice on how to live simply with you today. Reduce your TV viewing. Generally speaking, it is not a good use of time to watch television. The phrase, idiot box, isn't just a nickname for it, after all. Utilizing your time for worthwhile and beneficial pursuits is a key component of an antiquated way of life. You have more time for activities that will help you save money or develop new skills when you stop watching TV. So stop binge streaming and resign yourself to canceling your cable. As a result, you'll accomplish more and retain more money in your pocket. Prepare simple dishes. Adopting a basic, home-cooked diet is a simple approach to save money the old-fashioned manner. By feeding their family soups and other vegetarian meals, our grandparents and great-grandparents would frequently stretch their food budget. You may spend less money by using simple recipes. You can quickly look for recipes with only 3 to 5 components online. Don't dismiss these straightforward meals as being indicative of a bygone era. These recipes can taste just as well as more difficult ones when properly seasoned. Before moving on to the video, I would like to request you to press the subscribe button for more videos related to finance. Now let's continue. Purchase in bulk. You may save money on your favorite foods if you can locate a shop that offers them in large quantities. I prefer to get huge packs of beef at Sam's Club. I can prepare more dinners with fewer shop visits because the cost per pound is cheaper. By filling a bag rather than purchasing prepackaged, I can get nuts, oats, and dried fruits from Sprouts for less money. To stock up on discounted things, always look through the clearance department. Frozen foods can be anything with a short shelf life. Make entertaining simpler. Nowadays, it appears that we constantly prefer to be amused rather than amusing ourselves. Attending plays, concerts, and athletic activities is enjoyable. However, this form of entertainment is highly pricey. In fact, the amount may be charged to a credit card. People in the past did not have access to these alternatives or the resources to spend the time back then. Instead, they kept themselves and their family amused at home by engaging in easy and inexpensive pastimes. Develop your own food. Growing as much food as possible on your own is a great old-fashioned living suggestion. You may cultivate a variety of fruits and vegetables, even in pots, in tiny areas. Of course, if you have a big yard, be sure to grow as many of the veggies that you want, such tomatoes, sweet peppers, beans, cabbage, pumpkin, etc. You could even grow your own herbs in a garden, where you could choose from them anytime you needed. You may easily choose organic fruits and veggies from your backyard garden that are significantly less expensive than those from the grocery store. Drink more water and fewer sodas. There are several benefits to consuming greater quantities of water and less soda. Your body is literally in dire need of water. Soda is not necessary. Water is also totally free. You always pay a price for soda. Though there are many more, this is all you really have to understand to make a wise choice. Serve water to your family more frequently, just as Granny did. Eventually, your children will stop whining and become used to drinking it, so don't worry. DIY any small household repairs. When things broke down in their houses, most people didn't call handymen to fix them. Instead, they solved the problem on their own. With a little guidance from contemporary resources like YouTube or Google, you can absolutely learn to solve many problems on your own. By watching how-to videos on YouTube, you may learn some basic plumbing, appliance, window, and masonry repair. You will certainly save hundreds, if not thousands, of money by doing this. Of course, if there is a major problem, you should still contact a reasonably priced expert. Maintain your outfit. Another area where many individuals spend a lot of money is on clothing, particularly in an effort to stay current with fashion trends. To avoid needless clothing purchases, it is advisable to make the most of the clothing you currently own if you're enthusiastic about putting old-fashioned living recommendations into practice. Hand washing instead of machine washing is one technique to extend the life of your clothing. You may also learn how to fix little holes and rips in your clothing so that you won't have to throw it out when it happens. It's not necessary to buy new clothes only because a pair of trousers zipper is damaged or a button is missing from a blouse. Learn how to fix them so you may extend their wear as much as possible. Give handcrafted items as presents. Gift giving may be enjoyable, but it can also take a lot of effort and money. Who hasn't chosen Amazon's 2-day delivery when they are in a hurry and need something? Too frequently, the gift you choose over your lunch break ends up in someone's drawer or the back of their closet, and, eventually, in a rummage sale. Making your own presents not only saves you money, but also needs more planning and thinking. The recipient will almost always value your handcrafted item more than the fast, store-bought alternative. On Black Friday, you don't have to battle the crowds or sift through endless options in search of the ideal thing. Take the time to make your own handcrafted gifts instead of going on purchasing binges. People will show you how much more they value the present. Make your own bread. In the 1990s, bread makers were very common. Everyone seems to desire that each person prepare their own fresh bread. I consumed one for myself and made a couple loaves. Nowadays, finding a decent used one at your neighborhood thrift store is not difficult because they were so common. Of course, your great-grandmother wasn't around when these devices were invented. By hand, she would knead the dough, and her wood-burning stove would be used to bake the bread. That was truly living in the past. But in today's environment, you may still bake your own nutritious bread at home while also saving money and time. The dough will be kneaded for you by a bread machine, which will also keep the ideal settings for uniformity. The cheap, basic components required are also available in your pantry. For as little as 50 cents a loaf, you can bake your own. You can absolutely save money by making your own bread, especially if you prefer organic, gluten-free, or other more expensive breads at the store. Make your own compost. Composting the soil in your garden may boost the nutrition and flavor of your veggies and tomatoes, while also assisting them in fending off frequent illnesses. Compost is available both in stores and may be made for nothing. Simply add your vegetarian food scraps to a designated container to create organic compost for a healthy garden. These include expired tea bags, eggshells, old bread, used coffee grounds, and fruit and vegetable peelings. Leaf and grass clippings from your yard are also acceptable additions. In conclusion, we've covered some wonderful, tried-and-true strategies for economical living in this video, from meal planning and budgeting to upcycling and secondhand shopping. You may save money, cut down on waste, and live a more purposeful life by implementing these suggestions into your everyday routine. It's time to put these practical advice for cheap living into action now that you know about them. Pick as many of the suggestions as you can and see how they fit into your way of life. How much time and money you can save could astound you. We appreciate you watching our video about traditional frugal living advice. If you thought it was useful, please think about subscribing to our channel so you can see more videos like this. We'd also love to hear from you in the comments below if you have any more advice to provide.